Good morning, good afternoon or good evening as the case may be. We're doing our forearms again today, and then we're going to move on to something different. And what I'm going to explain to you today is we're going to be doing wrist curls, and I'm going to try to explain a principle to you. And it's a really good principle, and this is why I wanted to get over how to set a bench up. I've only got a small room, so it's very hard for me to set up and show you correctly, but I've managed to do it. In the other videos I made a point to show you how to use the bench when it's on a decline for a really good contraction of the muscle. But if we come up to this end, which is inclined, we get a really good stretch. But it's how you set yourself up. When you're doing the contraction exercise, your shoulders need to be level with your wrist. So when we're down this end, we're like this. And what I'll do, I'll demonstrate the exercises. So I'm going to demonstrate the contracted position. And there's also a stretch position involved. Okay? And if you really wanted to go to tan, but normally the flexor group works with all your bicep work. So what you could do, and that's called a mid-range exercise. You don't get a full contraction and you don't get a full stretch. So if you wanted to get some bicep work in, feel free to. You could use a standing bicep curl, a seated bicep curl, whichever you wanted to, and then go into the wrist curls. But I think my biceps are not too bad. My forearms are needing the attention, and that's what I'm going to cover. And then I'm going to cover something a little bit after about how to look after yourself if you've got an injury or you've got tendonitis or something like that niggling you, or you've got like tendonitis of the elbow. I'll cover that after though. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get on and show you what we need to do. So when we're down this end, we've got to remember our shoulder to be over our hand, so we create a good position to get a stretch, a contract, sorry. Remember how our elbows go. Our elbows go together and our hands are apart, okay? And normally with the bars that I use, I'll do a thumbless grip and I'll go level with the knurling of the bar or the rough edge of the bar. Okay? So there we go. We're ready to go, and we're going to go from there, and all we're going to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's the contracted part of the exercise out of the way. And then we come up to this end. And now what we want to do is basically take the same grip and our elbows go together. So the same way, but we more or less lay on the bench, more or less. Okay? And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? And that's the flexor group done. And I'm just showing you how to set it up. So you just need to get one end of the bench on a 4x4, and you've got down this end, you've got the contracted exercise, and up this end of the bench, you've got the stretch exercise. Now if you wanted to, you could do some bicep curl to finish the flexors off. Okay? I don't really need to do that. What I need to do is concentrate on the extensors. My extensors are very weak, and I need to get the bars set up now to show you what we need to do. So this one's going to come down this end. And this one's going to go there. And I'm just going to reduce the weight a little bit, because like I said, I've got weak extensor muscles, and everybody has. So you're actually better off doing your extensor muscles, giving them priority. Okay, we're ready to go. Now, when we're doing the extensors of the forearm, remember, our hands go together and our elbows are apart. So that's totally the opposite of what we just done. And the good thing about this is you're concentrating on your flexors and then your extensors. And in doing that, you're balancing out the flexion of the wrist and the extension of the wrist. I know that sounds a little bit silly, but it'll make sense in a minute. So what we're going to do, I've got another bar over there, the thick bar, but you could use the EZ bar if you wanted to. You could use a tricep bar to do hammer curls to finish the extensions off. I'm going to use the thick bar. I'm not going to put weight on it because that'll mean more time spent on the video, and I want to cover something else in the video as well. So we just get ourselves set up, and this is the hardest one for me. It's just murder because one of my hands are messed up. So away we go. Remember the position we need to be in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoa. Same position, and more or less having our arms straight. We're going to go over it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now what I will do, because I'm specialising on the extensors, and this is just to save time really, yeah, I'm going to be working my thumb and everything like that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm just going to explain what I've done there so as you get the gist of this. So the reverse curl, I don't get a stretch on it and I don't get a contraction on it. That is the mid-range position. My fingers and my thumb are doing a hell of a lot of work, but what's helping them is the bicep and the brachialis muscles, and they're flexing the elbow. So that's called a mid-range movement for the forearm, and that's where we cross over, because we can also do a mid-range exercise for the bicep. So we need to think logically how we do our arms. So I don't want to specialise in my bicep because they're helping me today do my forearms. When I get to do my biceps are going to be worked with my triceps. So as we do opposite muscles, okay? And then that can be done another day. So we've got a mid-range exercise that doesn't give you a contraction or a stretch. When you need complete development of a muscle, you need to work it in its contract position, which is down on the lowest part of the bench. And you also need to work it in its stretch position, which is done on the high end of the bench. That way, you develop the muscle fully. And then, because you're doing it in such a way, you tend not to get things like tendinitis in your hands, because you balance out your training. And the thing that you need to really do is think about, you are going to get injured at some point, and it will be something like a muscle strain or a wrist strain or tendinitis or anything like that. So what I would recommend anybody do if they're into weights is, like, after they've done a workout like this, what you can do is don't forget to stretch out your fingers, and really simple exercises like stretching of the fingers, and all you're going to do, squeeze the hands, stretch them out, squeeze them, stretch them out. And I'm doing it with the fingers and the thumb, and I'm doing it just by using my extensor muscles on the back of my hand to stretch the flexors on the front of my hand. You can do it like so. So you're just stretching the fingers out, and you're going to feel that in the palm of your hand, and it's a little bit uncomfortable, But don't go bang and go really uncomfortable, otherwise you're not going to get nothing out of it, you're just going to hurt yourself. So just go till it goes a little bit uncomfortable, and then that's fine. Now when you do it with your thumb, yeah, you can just take your thumb and go off to the side. And if you've got any problems there, just go off to the side. I'll do it on this side and then you'll be able to see what's happening. So my thumb's at the side there, I'll put it on the bench and I'll just come down. And I'll put a little bit of weight on it. And I'm actually trying to, but I'm not going to try to get it. I'm not going to do this, I'm never going to do this. I'm trying to get my thumb to come back. I mean, a nice easy way to do it would be, take your thumb, take your finger, or put your hand there, and come over the thumb like that. And stretch it. And almost try to get it, think about, and if there's any pain anywhere, go to that bit of pain and hold it there. And just put your weight of your hand on your thumb and stretch it. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Okay? And when you're doing your fingers, you could do that by just going finger to finger and stretching them out. Another way to do it, you can do it for your wrist, come down like so. Yeah? You can do things like that, just twist your wrist around, do it nice and easy, lean on it, so as you stretch out all what you've just worked. And that's a really good way of doing it. So contract and stretch out. Contract and stretch out. Don't forget to do that. That's a really important part of exercising. But don't stretch before exercise. Stretch after the exercise, and then you relieve, you won't get so sore, and you'll actually relieve some of the tension. So stretching is good after you, especially after you've done hand training, yeah, because you're gripping all the time, so you need to stretch out. Another good thing, if you think, God, that's really hurt my hands, or my hands feel uncomfortable, give them a little massage. Get your thumb and just push down towards your fingers, okay, and then pull up and push down and just massage at the base of the thumb, you know, nice and easy. And you're looking after your hands, so you could just go get your forefinger, and all you're going to do around the base of the thumb, up, pull it out, just work it. So these are the exercises. You've done your stretching exercises to help you stay nimble with your hands, okay? You've also done your massage to help you. The next thing you want to do is shoot off to the chemist and get what is called a hot and cold gel pad. Any discomfort that you've got, you can put these gel pads either in the freezer to have cold treatment on your elbow or your wrist, or you can put them in the microwave and have hot treatment. What you need to do though is, depending on the size you get, I mean the one that I used to have, I used to put it in a sock, so as what I didn't get burnt by it in any way, a chill burn or a hot burn. So it was in a sock that I put it, and then I just like had a zip on the sock. Somebody actually made me like a little hot water bottle cover, I would call it, but I'm an oldie, so that's what I did, and just put it on, wham, and it relieved any pain, and it was so good. And then just massage it after that, at the base of your thumb, around your fingers, wherever you feel oh, this feels a little bit stiff, or it feels a little bit sore. And it's really good. I mean, you can do it on your elbow, you can do it on your like wrist or elbow, I should say. You can do it on your ankle joint, you can do it on your knee joint, wherever you've got the little niggly problem. It's really nice to do it. And it was just somebody said that they got a problem with their hand. And I can sympathise with that because I've got a problem with this hand. And that's why I need to do extensors more than anything. I've got strong flexors. So I thought that might help. And I feel like I'm waffling now. As always. But I try to get you good content. Like I said, remember this. This is the point that you've got to remember. I've got two supports here. They actually get in my bloody way. Jack the bench up one end. Okay? I'm going to go over the points because I think they're important and I want you to be able to train correctly. One end of, if it's just a flat exercise bench, that's fine. You don't have the supports, excellent. Jack the bench up one end on a 4x4, okay? The low end is your contracted exercise. The high end of the bench is the stretch exercises for your wrist curls and your wrist extensions. Okay, so, and then you've got your mid-range, and I choose to do reverse curl with a fat bar. Out of choice, because I'm working the fingers, and I need to work my fingers and thumb, because I think they're very important. But like I said, you can do a reverse curl with a fat bar, you can do a reverse curl with a thin bar, you can do it with an EZ bar, you can even do hammer curls. And sometimes, if you feel that your hands are, because with a fat grip, you're working your hands really hard, okay? And that's why, getting back to how you would use this program, you only do it for a month, okay? And that's why, because you're working your hands so hard, yeah? And you need to give them a rest, otherwise you do end up getting injured because you're using a fat bar too much. So what you could do there is maybe go, right, this session, whichever it be, Monday session, I'm going to do fat bar and really work your hands. Come the next session, you could say, right, I'm going to give my hands a rest and I'm going to do, if you've got a tricep bar, you could do tricep bar work, because then all you're doing, you're squeezing the bar, but you're still working the flexors, okay? How would you use this? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. 2 sets is all you need. If you want to push it and you feel like you can, go for 3 sets. But trust me, these are solid programs I'm making up for you guys. And that's what it's about. Okay? Follow it for 1 month. 1 month only. Yeah? 3 days a week. Non-consecutive days. Okay? That's what I recommend. Right, guys. This is the last in the series, well, not the last one, but the last in this series of forearm exercises. Okay, I've done 3 of them, and just tell me if you're liking the content. You know, hit the like button, maybe hit the subscribe button if you think this guy knows what he's talking about. I should do. I've been doing it now for 45 years, so well know what I'm talking about. It's just getting it over to you guys, give you the experience that I've got, share my knowledge. What's it to me? It's to help you guys. Anybody who's on this channel is getting help by one of the best instructors, because I'm not looking for gains. You're the ones who are looking for the gains, and you're going to get them on the programs that I'll give you. Good night, guys, and God bless.